tend to meet on Thursday evenings. We can meet, usually it's Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursdays. We figure Mondays and Fridays are sort of difficult. And we usually meet in people's homes. We have some refreshments. We have speakers. We have educated people amongst our members that share some of their knowledge. Currently, we're looking into studying noise issues in the town of Fair Lawn. We're going to hopefully have an informational meeting with Sergeant Metzler to talk about what is going on here.
Brian Metzler,
right, who's our community
municipal police,
right? And then we're going to share that information among ourselves. And then we want to we do a lot of open meetings to the community at large because we're trying to educate the community.
So if someone wants to get in touch and find out when the next meeting is, where it will be held.
We put out a monthly bulletin, and we can get you on the mailing list for the bulletin. But you just merely need to contact LWVFL, LWVFairlawn.org.
So League of Women Voters, LWV Fairlawn.
No, that's it. It's
.org.
At
.org.
So we have a website, and there's places you can connect, but you can put that information at the end.
And anyone's welcome, male or female.
Absolutely.
And they do not have to join. They could come to the meeting and observe and decide whether it's interesting enough for them to go on with it.
We have an annual dues, and I like to think of our members as sort of a toolkit, because different members come with different needs or interests, and so we will take what interests they have and incorporate that into the needs of the League. And so that everybody gets to do what they like to do, what they're good at. And then the other thing about League is that it helps train you in leadership skills. It helps train you in organization skills. We have had many women that have joined the League and gone on to political positions. Some of them have gone on to become the mayor.
Mary Burdick,
right? And others have run for local offices. And this is a great way to find out what the political process is about.
Kay Lau became the first woman council person in Fair Lawn. Right. And Flossie Dobrow, who was a member, became the first woman mayor in Fair Lawn.
And Mary was not only a mayor, but she was also president of the Board of Education.
That's right.
A lot of League members have gotten active in politics. Or active in local boards like the planning board and the zoning board. I was on this planning board for 20 years, probably because I'm a professional planner as well as a League member.
Right.
But I do want to say the League on the national, state, and local levels decides on issues to study. And we study the pros and cons. And then we take a consensus. And if we decide, for instance, we decided that Fair Lawn needed a professional tax assessor. Before that, it was a committee of 3 councilmen. You know, how much did they know about real estate values?
See, I favor an honor system tax system where you just send what you think is fair. This professional tax assessor thing kind of cramps my style, Jane.
We also were in favor of civil service protection for employees. And it's interesting because before there were really very many Democrats in town, there were 2 factions in the Republican Party. And every time one faction would get out of office, the employees would turn over because it was all patronage, no civil service.
Hardly just a Fair Lawn issue.
So the League worked for having a civil service.
So the League has had a significant impact on our town.
We have done
as a local organization
many years.
and how the town is governed and on a number of different issues.
And not to mention that, I've become. I went to all of the planning board meetings where they discussed new properties being developed or the master plan. Learning about the master plan has enriched my appreciation of what happens in this town when buildings go up. To look at the building, to understand that we're trying to come up with a way that we want this place to grow. And just understanding more about that is important. Another thing that we've done every 10 years, we did this document here called Know Your Town. I haven't been involved in a Know Your Town, but this is something that we did that was essential at the beginning when information was not easy to get to. And you can see that we've done them for many, many years. And they included information about schools and your local government. And can you guys elaborate on that a little bit?
Civics lesson for
Yeah.
voters who are interested.
Well, we include a short history of Fair Lawn, how the government works, how the different boards work, what some of the important laws are. We have a little piece on, if you want to build, you have to go to the...
Yeah, a lot of people who live in Fair Lawn probably have only the barest idea of how the government in Fair Lawn actually works, and it's very important, as we said
Right.
earlier.
Right.
Let's talk about this item right now. This is heavy.
Yeah,
What is it?
Well, it's a legacy binder. What I decided, especially knowing how the League's been here for many years, and we all talk about how we record data and information and what we save and what we lose. And Jane and Fran have such wonderful stories. We've been collecting the things that are in their house that are legacy documents. In this in here is the original minutes from the first meeting, the original letter written to the state, the original list of people that were asked to join, including clippings from our first Know Your Town.
And this binder, which contains all this historical material, you are actually donating this
to the library.
We're taping this, or actually recording. It's
Right.
no longer taped, is it?
Right. This
We're
DVD
recording it. I'm
yeah.
dating myself.
No, but the
I think
DVD
I'm going way back now, Jim.
So the DVD itself and this and the posters and our Know Your Towns will be in a sort of a archival box. They'll be available. But when I compiled all this information and started reading the histories, I mean, some of the early presidents were between 1939, 37, and 46 during World War II. And to see the kinds of reflections that they had while they were doing important work at home, while there was a war going on, was fascinating.
I was just, I should complete my thought, which was that we're recording this in the Fair Lawn Library, and this volume will be here as well as the DVD.
Right.
And folks who are interested in learning more about the history, reading some of the history,
this
and
will
these
be great.
are original materials,
Oh, yeah.
can have an opportunity to come in and
Right.
take this and research it.
Right.
So thank you very much on behalf of the library.
very excited to be
as
able to do this.
as an employee of the library.
Oh, yeah.
I come in peace.
But having looked at it, and I've decided that I can't hand it over immediately because I want my members to appreciate.
No,
what's in
Eileen,
here.
we're keeping it. No, you can't have it back. We're kind of running out of time here. So before we do, I just wanted to ask each of you. Maybe you could start, Jane. What's the League mean to you now? What has it meant to you, and what does it mean to you now? I know it's kind of a general question, but
Well, I certainly have gotten an education being in the League. And I've also learned to be a leader. I was president 3 times. I've learned a great deal. I've made good friends in the League.
yeah, and that's Fran. You said the same thing, that you've made so many friends out of the League. Is there something else that you want to add to that about what the League means to you or has meant to you? And what is it? What maybe we can spin that this. Whoop.
The first meeting I attended, we were asked to give our names, and when I did, I sort of hesitated and fumbled.
Yep.
Well, one of our members was giving a session on public speaking, and I took that course. I didn't expect that this was going to happen. I didn't know that was not a reason for attending, but it helped.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And Eileen, how about for you?
Well,
you kind of touched on it.
yeah, but
why don't you talk about what it can mean to people who join?
In a broader sense, I think it's important for people to understand the League represents the fact that democracy still lives in this country. And if you exercise your right to vote, if you become active in your local government, you will feel a part of what happens in this country. And you'll be with people here in the League who really care and understand and can help explain some of the complex issues that are going on. Things are not easy to understand anymore, and things are not black and white anymore. There's always so it gives you a deeper understanding. It gives you a sense of connection to your community. in addition to wonderful friends.
And in a highly partisan time.
Oh, yeah.
When it seems as though two different sides of every issue are unwilling to talk to one another civilly about those issues, the League represents something of an antidote to that, right?
Right.
A place where you can come, because politics is serious business.
Right.
And it's a place where you can come and maybe discuss issues sans some of the emotion and tendentiousness that the conversations almost seem to invariably lead to now, right?
Right.
A lovely way to put it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to thank the three of you for being here this evening and talking about the League of
My
Women
pleasure.
Voters. Jane D. Pavine, thank you. Fran Davis, thank you. Eileen Kahn, the current president. If you are at home and thinking that you might like to join, again, some information about that, I hope, will be up on the screen. But if not, why don't you give it to us, just tell us right up, how do people get to become a member?
Well, basically, you just contact us. I think it's LWVFairlawn.org, and you'll see there you can join or you can contact us. You can send an email. Actually, the email address has escaped me, but you can also email directly at ilenekahn@gmail.com, and you'll be able to experience my enthusiasm firsthand.
And you can attend a meeting and find out. Again, if you are one of those folks who throws your hands up in despair at the rancorousness of politics today, then this is perhaps an opportunity to join an organization where the discussion is a lot more temperate and perhaps more informative. We hope you've enjoyed our conversation. I hope you three did.
Oh, yeah. It's great.
Painless, right?
Do it again.
More or less. Yeah. Can we do it again?
Update.
Let's finish this one. Thank you for watching. We hope you got something out of it. I'm Art Murray, Eileen Kahn, Fran Davis, Jane D. Pavine. We all wish you a good night. Thank you.